Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, I guess. Another stream, sorry. So yeah, this is read the title and it's inspired by Technobuild, of course. Go check out his video, it's really good. Um I think if you watch that video, you know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I'm gonna beat every tower in order of release date. It's gonna be not that long of a stream since I don't know. I'm gonna this is basically my version of this. Gonna set my thumbnail to this guess game. I think should work now. I'm gonna load Roblox. Now we can start. I'm gonna real quick see if everything works and that you know okay, nice, it works. That's pretty good. Right now I only have I've beaten like most of these, like I've actually like beaten a ton, but of course I'm going to repeat these because that's just gonna be not that interesting. I'm just gonna grind toes and I hate toes, so I would definitely do Top Ultra Biter before I do toes. So yeah, let's start with the first tower, I guess, and that's Tower Effect. I mean, like, I guess the first two towers are not that bad. I might take a bit of time on TOSB, but really that's it for the first two ones. TUIE is like the first like the hardest one out of the first, the second hardest, sorry, out of the first 10. I guess, the next one that's like gonna be a bit scary is Tots, since I just fluked the last 3 floors, but we're probably not even gonna reach that in this stream, so yeah. I put Technobuild's channel in the description. I already am subscribed to him, but please subscribe. He did it way better than me, and he's also way more skilled than I am, because he beat Tower of Inception, and yeah, I beat Tower of True Skills, so I'm not the best, I guess. I mean, I'm definitely a bit more consistent with TOR since I've done the Tower Rush. And the hardest that I completed there was TOR. TIE, it's TIE, I guess. I mean, it's not the longest tower, it just has a lot of feeling. And I will not be that scared again, since I mean, I won't lose like 100 minutes of progress, since every tower gives you a checkpoint in this challenge. But yeah, I'm not gonna do this challenge as much as like my main version of content. I just did this as fun, and if I get demotivated or just have no fun at all for like a long time, then I'm definitely gonna quit this challenge or take a break at least. So yeah, uh, I guess it's just continuing. Yeah, Tower of Fekino was the first ever tower, and it's pretty short actually. So I don't really expect to need more than 10 minutes if I don't fail. I think my fast completion is like 8 minutes or something like that. And there are also a lot of skips in this tower, so yeah, that's also pretty neat. I think the streamer is just gonna do the first 3 towers, so the Orban Toon trilogy. I might do like Tower of Anger and Madness too, but who knows. No, I'm not really I know where like the first ones I can bring 1 to 3 because I watched Technobuild's video like 2 times. But yeah, kind of have an idea what towers were first in Ring 4 and which not. But you know, I'm gonna see. But yeah, now it's time for Tower Effect. I'm gonna check if the name is there and stuff like that. Yeah, okay. Nice. Now I'm always gonna have a pinned comment after I beat Tower Effect of the, you know, last 5 of the last towers that we have done and that I have completed. No, you can join me, yeah, I think you already know my username, but it's Erec 213216, so yeah, connect me. I guess I might also do that as a pinned comment. But yeah, guess this challenge is definitely gonna be a bit difficult. At least like I'm not scared until I reach like Tots, since that's my hardest right now. But yeah, if I'm able to do that, I think it is just smooth sailing until I get to Tower Shadow Dreams and Traps. Yeah, and of course Tower of Table Flipping and Toes. But yeah, the rest is actually really simple. I mean, Cold Hands, Falling and Failing, and here, Overcoming Hatred I'm really consistent with, since they're really easy actually. But yeah, Shattered Dreams is just gonna be a bit painful, I guess, and Traps is, you know, I don't even know if I'm probably gonna do the classic version. Yeah, I will do the classic versions before the new versions, which is definitely gonna make Tower of Traps a bit less enjoyable, but guess TOA and Madness. I don't mean like Madness, the newer version is a lot better and like in every way, but you know the other version is also not that bad. People used to really exaggerate how bad it was. People acting like it was like, I don't know, Tower Frightening Nightmares level bad or Inception or Confusion, but to be honest, it was actually like a really fun tower in my opinion, no matter if classic or modern. Okay, I'm gonna check chat real quick, you know. Oh no, seems good. I'm also not gonna include non-canon towers, since you know I'm too lazy to do that. You know, already like 400 towers is too much. But yeah, I know that's like gonna be smooth sailing until I get to Tuts. But yeah. Okay, 6 minutes and floor 9. This might be in 8 minutes. I'm still not, like, I don't want to fail, so I'm gonna be a bit careful. Well, floor 9 is my favorite floor in this tower. I don't know, but I like kind of fluked it, which is pretty cool. Okay. Okay, some guy just fell. That's pretty bad. Okay, floor 10 in 7 minutes. Pretty good. If I do the skip, this might be in 8 minutes. I don't want to rush too fast because, you know, I might fail and that will be genuinely horrible. Okay. Rest is not as bad. You just gotta not rush. Okay, rest is basically free. I might even do under 8 minutes. Basically barely. Right above, right below, I guess. Well, I'm gonna see what's my hardest completion. Yeah, okay, that's my new record. Okay, good. We've beaten Torfek. That's really good. First tower's down. How many are there? Oh wait, I'm gonna do the extra setting on. And let's see. 410. Okay, time for tower scream punching, or first challenging. Now this tower, I've beaten tower scream punching a couple of times. I think it's like my most rebeaten challenging. Okay, 7 wins. Yeah, I used, like, this was the tower that I played the most back then, even after I beat it. I don't know really why. I guess I kind of know like why. I really just like this tower for some reason. I don't really know why. I think it was like pretty fun for me. I just really love the music too in this tower. It was just pretty fast paced for ring 1. But yeah, I guess I'm also not gonna like slack off the Tower Ultraviolet grind, I guess. Like, this is only like one thing that I would do if I'm bored of like a tower that I'm grinding right now or something like that. No, this is not gonna be like my main challenge. No, it will be pretty interesting though if I will somehow beat like TOC due to this challenge. You know, I'm definitely gonna do like TOC as like my 5th SC or something like that, because I wanna beat it like when I'm insane skill level. Okay, nice. Flawlessly whoa, floor free in 1 minute. That's actually crazy. Whoa, and then I just failed. That was actually like below 1 minute. Crazy actually. But yeah, most of this tower is just free until you get to the last 3 floors, which are kind of scary. And I guess floor 9 if you're on the tower, floor 6 if you're on the tower rush is like the worst one on this tower. Since you have to like collect all the password, like all the numbers for the secret ending, so you can still kind of pass this one. This was like my first grind that I like quit. I like grinded this on PC, and you might notice, but like I had like 20 save videos about tower screen punching and stress, because I was just not able to complete these. Like, I got to floor 9 pretty consistently, but I used to always fail like the same parts. With with tower stress, I beat like I got to floor 10 once, and then I was just keep on failing like that, stick out on floor 9. And that's really good. Okay, floor 4 is like the first kind of hard floor. After that it's a bit easier until you get to floor. I guess floor 5 is like kind of a break floor. But yeah, once you get to 9, you just need to be really concentrated, or else you will probably fail. And you need to, you know, health manage and stuff like that. Okay, this section is horrible actually. I genuinely hate that section, and I like loop failed that the entire time when I was like doing the tower rush. Okay, time for floor 5. I don't know, but that first jump off to 5 was just such a pain for me. Okay. Time for this. We got to floor 6. I don't know, maybe this like will kind of get restricted or get muted in the stream. I'm not really sure. Okay, 4 minutes and floor 6. I'm basically done with half of the tower. Four likes and 1 viewer. What? What? Genuinely crazy, bro. You know, really, I think Techno Build is even working on a part 2 of that video. Since, you know, he stopped streaming and, like, he hasn't really posted anything since, like, 2 months. And, you know, he started grinding, like, 2FN too. You know, he completed Turf Inception, and, you know, that's probably gonna make it pretty interesting. Since that was, and also Turf difficulty chart, I guess. Classic, which is like, in my opinion, extreme, just because of that last floor and just the wall hop spam, especially the sideway wall hops, which unnetted are like, in my opinion, kinda, maybe not kinda, like terrifying, but like peak terrifying, because like, yeah, you see those wall hops and like catastrophic or terrifying towers. And yeah, in my opinion, like, it also kind of depends on how long it is, I guess. I mean, like, Tough the Baby, it's like, mid to high kata. But then, that's like, if you don't know what that tower, that's like a joke tower in April Fool's, 2020, Fool's Ring 9, I guess it was called. I might need to mute this song. Yeah, I think I'm gonna mute this. Yeah. Okay. If I pass this, there's like only one hard part of this tower left. Since, you know, I'm kind of like, I used to struggle with raps, but now I'm used to, you know, raps, especially with kill breaks. Since Todd's definitely improved my rapping. So yeah, the only part that's kind of RNG for me is Floor 9. And this is the best song in like Ring 1. I know this has to be said, but like, they mixed up like some of my favorite songs. Like Dream a Dream is a pretty good song in my opinion. But like Death of Glamour, or Death by Glamour, bro, that's like one of my favorite Undertale songs. Probably like my top 3. And mixing it just makes a masterpiece. I don't know really who made this. Like, people say that Obrins who made this, other people say it was made by some other artist. Whoever made it, if you're seeing this video, I just want to say to you that you cooked with this song. Go almost up floor 9. Whoa. Okay, I'm trying to do this. You know, the beginning of floor 9 is actually really easy. You just need to be careful. But once you pass the tight ropes, then it just gets hard. Like the kill break grabs are really hard. This floor is like almost intense in my opinion. I used to say this was like bottom intense, but I think it's gonna peak challenging. Okay. And these tight ropes, they're pretty easy actually if you're not on my bone. So, you know. Okay, I needed to do that. Nice. At least you get like the small kind of platform from floor 7, 6, and 9. That'd be good. Okay, let's continue. Now comes the hardest section of this tower. Like the rest of the tower is really hard. Until you pass the fin studs. Nice. This floor got also like revamped at some point. You know, it's kind of insane. And this floor used to be so bad that they had to revamp this. You know, that's like the only part that you kind of needed to. What the fuck was that fail? I'm getting damage, okay. Okay, that was genuinely a horrible fail. You know what, I'm actually kind of bored of this already. Yeah, I'm actually really bored right now. Sorry, but like, I kind of do not have that much enjoyment playing Tower Screen Punching. But you know what, we'll just move on to 2IE, okay? You know, I've beaten this. This just replay. I mean, like, the first one that I really needed to do, that I haven't completed on this list will be like Tower of Traps or Shattered Dreams. So it is just for replays. So I'm already like gonna put some in. I mean, on my account, right? You know, I'm not gonna like make everyone, but I guess I'm gonna make 2 out of 110. I'm gonna make this one. Okay, yeah. How many likes is this stream? 5. Okay. Crazy. But yeah, I guess we'll just move on to 2IE because I really do not have the motivation to play TOSP right now. It's pretty unfun for me. Maybe 2IE will help a bit. I don't know, but like recently I really don't like these towers that much. 2IE and TOSP. These used to be like my favorites, but and recently I've really not been enjoying them that much. Like kind of started to enjoy TOTS a bit more, and Tower of Ultraviolet. Yeah, Tower of Ultraviolet definitely has like some sections which are pretty horrible, but you know, it's definitely like a good tower in general, and also really creative and well designed too. But you know, 2IE just really, I really do not like 2IE since the Tower Rush. Florida is like really annoying now for me. You know, maybe if I like get to it on Thanos Tower, it will be fun again. Since, you know, Thanos Tower's part was like really cool. But yeah, right now I just like most towers based on 2IE have like a more cool, better style than this. I mean, this one is still did it like well and stuff like that, but kind of don't like this. Whoa. Okay, floor 4 time. You know, it's like pretty hard to describe like what kind of towers I actually like. I mean, it's really actually hard to describe. I mean, sometimes I just like a tower that's really unpunishing and hard. Sometimes I like a tower that's really short and just fun. Sometimes I like a tower that's really creative and got like really cool sections and stuff like that. And sometimes I like a tower that has like sections like TYE with like mazes. I think that last one is like the one that's like the one that I like, usually like the most. Okay, I finally added this sound effect back. And yeah, it does not make sense. Why can't I hear Celeste music on Turf Ultraviolet, but I can hear on TYE? I mean, like, okay, I like the TYE songs a lot more, but still, they're good. Like the ones in Celeste, like I'm not sure if they are fan-made music. If it is, then it kind of makes sense maybe. But I don't think so, right? You know, I'm stupid. I never played the game, so who am I to judge, I guess. Okay. Nice. So floor 5 is like the beginning of the bad parts. Actually, I kind of think that floor 4 spin stat section is pretty easy actually if you just turn off shift lock and pray. But yeah, you know, this one just used a lot more fin stats and it has a kill break spinner, which means that you're in a time rush. Which, you know, makes it worse. I don't know if that skill will work. Yeah, does not seem like it. Do I get damage, guys? Not. Whoa. Come on. Get on here. And just get on here. Nice. Okay, floor 6. I can't remember fluking this tower like on floor 6. Like I flew floor 7 to 10. Which are the last 4 floors, which also includes the hardest floor. But, you know, I'm still kind of surprised though, since that was a jump from Tower of Warhage, at least on PC. I mean on mobile I already beat this. And I did not fluke any floor besides floor 10 because that one is impossible not to fluke, basically. Okay, I screwed up, but I still kind of survived, I guess. You know, like sections like this, like I really like towers with like mazes and stuff like that. Like that's just a style of tower that I really like. Okay, 0 viewers. It's crazy. You know. But I just really like towers. I mean, like, I think, like, the optimal tower for me would be, like, a really unpunishing tower that takes, like, inspiration, has, like, heavy cubic gameplay. That's an Ito where I have new item. Has, you know, a lot of creative gameplay that's, you know, I don't even mind, it doesn't even matter if it's, like, not creative, I guess. Just, if it has, like, these small netted sections, like a TYE, that would be pretty fun, actually. And then, like, Tony, it's pretty unpunishing, I guess. It's like around remorseless / intense difficulty around there. And you know, it's classic. That will be probably like the optimal tower for me. So if anybody like wants to build that, I guess do that. And I guess the music. So floor 1, just, you know, I would use Turf. I would use Sonic Mania Studiopolis Act 1, since, you know, I love Sonic. For floor 2, I will probably use, like, probably TYE floor 6's song. For floor 3, Oh yeah, I would also really like if it has like a middle floor that's like really dark, like kind of like in TODD and in TOFN and TOER, where it's basically just a dark floor. Maybe give it Darrinet, and you know, then the optimal thing on that floor would just be you know, having a good song. But I'm gonna say floor 4 song. You know, you can use A1. I recommend that you make like floor 4 already a bit dark, so like for like a preparation of floor 5, and then you use the song that's right now on TYE on floor 8 and 7, and then you just add some tower crossings to ring 1 towers. You know, if they're easy, you can slightly buff them, but make it unpunishing and fun. That's really just the only thing that I have for that. And after that, you know, maybe like on floor 5 you use the song called from Dim Rain 47. You use the Falling Mist. That's like one of my favorite Dim Rain 47 songs, and I think it would like fit perfectly in that floor due to, you know, it also is in TOER and TOFN. It's kind of why I said it, since that is like on the dark floors. So for floor 6, you could just, you know, do some simple gameplay, I guess. You could still make it like a bit dark from floor 5. But yeah, for the song, I genuinely would just like a Sonic song, I guess. Okay, for floor 7, you could just make, you know, put in a song from... Man, it's a hard question, actually. Maybe put like a song in from... You know, Calamity Mod, I guess. Calamity Mod for floor 7 and 8. But like, no, probably for like floor 8 I would do like floor 7 I would do like probably like, actually, you could also add multiple extensions, I guess. Floor 7 definitely will have raw unfiltered Calamity. Floor 9 will have Paper Mario Paper Mario Color Splash Blackout, the song and from Bowser. That's also on TOFN floor 9, I guess. What the fuck? I guess. I guess, bro. Okay, that was kind of a good save. I thought I would fail, but you know, kind of a nice surprise there. Now just stone down kill break damage, and that should be really good. Maybe the moving platform could be a bit troublesome on floor 9, but that's really it. Let's go. Okay, floor 8 passed. No. But yeah, back to the like optimal tower, I guess. You know, the optimal tower then on floor 9 would have blackout. No, floor 10, sorry. For floor 9 you could have like maybe you know, it's actually a pretty hard question what I want to have on that part. You know, I might even make this tower optimal stuff in studio. Tower Crater, if that has, I can. No, that does not have the song that I want for floor 9, I guess. Okay, nice. That was like the last hard part of the tower. Or is this actually really simple? I just did that section without taking any single damage besides on the last kill break. This one here, okay, it's now literally just healing. Okay, I'm gonna be quick. That was really close. Actually, I was like really close. Okay, but yeah, you could make it. You could also make the frame like a. Yeah, I'm not on Tower Rush right now, but yeah, I'm on floor 9 right now on TIE. This is gonna be like my fourth win. You know, I kind of have this maze a bit memorized. You could also like inspire like it by the end, like the last floor. You couldn't make it inspired by floor 9. You know that would really be cool actually if you have like a final maze. Like make it like the maze, the beginning of like floor 10. You know, you don't have to make it like a kill break floor and all. And it also does not have to be like a long or confusing maze, just a maze, you know. Then you could just make the floor 10 a kind of a bit challenging floor. But don't like do any outsides on that floor. Wait, I think this is even gonna be my hardest TIE completion. Oh no, it's not. I guess. But yeah, if you see the structure, you've beaten it. Just to know. Yo, someone's on floor 9 Infinity Gauntlet. Yo. Okay. I'm gonna be a bit more careful. But yeah, you can make a maze. Nice. Should I get the badge? You know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. I remember beating this for my first time. Yeah, okay. Good. This is like my second fastest run, I guess, since my first win was pretty long, actually. But yeah. 3 out of 410. 10 towers done. Oh, this only took me like around 37 minutes. That's actually pretty quick. I expected TIE to be actually longer. Time for... Oh my god, this guy's not ready for tots. Oh, no one's currently playing. No, but I think it's actually enough for today. Don't. Kind of bored. I mean... You know what, I'm gonna play tough on Ultraviolet again. Okay, that's my top message. And now, why is that guy's health so low? What? Man, what's his piss? What the fuck? Okay, Ito Global Chat is something else, I guess. Tough Ultraviolet, man. You know what I'm gonna make? I'm gonna do one attempt on like unique success. Gonna see how far I can get without zero practice. I got to like floor 2 once. I kind of like this gameplay that it has. I might do this, but I heard not so good things about this actually. And yesterday when I was streaming, someone felt like floor 10 and fell all the way back to like floor 3 or something like that. So no, if that would happen to me, then no. Okay. Oh, this is still floor 1. Oh, it, like already feels like floor, you know, 2. Oh yeah, I remember there's like this horrible typo, but after that, that's it. Okay, floor 2, nice. What was that fail? I can say hello and I think I can say hello in 5 different languages, but I'm not really fluent in like 3 out of these. Of course I can say hello in English and German, hello. I can also say it on Spanish, hola. That's 3. I have Turkish, merhaba. Then we have 5, which is yeah. French, bonjour. Kind of due to chat, I can't remember. Shut the hell. Okay, Tower Forge provided with the best 2nd and 5th floor. The only like bad part actually on floor 5, which is also the only reason why I failed that one, is due to that horrible low seating section with the wrap. If you know, you know. That's like the worst section on that floor. And after that, it's like actually pretty simple until like the end of floor 7. Guess like floor 8 or something got like it out. No, like floor 7 and 8 got it outside. Like floor 6, I'm not sure. I think it's floor 6, but also the 7th floor has a outside, if I remember correctly. But only like 4 outsides or something in that tower. I mean, there's one on 4 guaranteed. There's technically 2 on 9, I guess. There's just one on like 7. Or I'm not really sure anymore. But it was somewhere around there. On the 2nd half. Yeah, like why is this Celeste song muted, but the not the ones in TYE? That's really just a question that I have. Because like you can't hear on like 2 floors any music, and that's pretty annoying, in my opinion. I'm gonna see real quick. Yeah, so it just got me taking Build V2. And yeah, it's kind of true, I guess. I mean, I'm heavily inspired, and he also like kind of gave me motivation for Ito videos. You know, I also like got an editing software now, so I can finally edit my videos. You might have noticed like a few cuts on my TOER video, which is good. I might like start a new project, which is going to be like a high quality project, documentation about TOIE, or I might make like the perfect tower for me, which is not going to be like a random tower that exists, but I'm gonna just say a tower that I would be my favorite, and like describe how it will look, and maybe make a part 2 to that video and just say, oh yeah, I built that tower. But I'm not able to build Tower Crossing. I am just not. I guess maybe if I get the models and stuff like that. Okay, that was so close. It genuinely just made me I guess. Yeah. It's pretty horrible. I felt that momentum jump twice. Also, today was like 35 degrees and I had to go to school. Which, if you know anything that not like 35 degrees Fahrenheit, but 35 degrees Celsius, by the way. But yeah, if you know, then you know that it was just literally hell. And tomorrow at 11 a.m., it's literally already gonna be 37. No, 37. That's like record heat. That's like the hottest that there's like gonna be in a year. That will also probably be the hottest that it won't be this year. Since, you know, most of the spring was actually like extremely cold. And May and also like the beginning of June, these were also like extremely cold for no reason. And now we have like near end of June, and it's suddenly just like hotter than in Turkey. I guess Turkey or something like that. I think that like renamed their international name. I'm the only fanboy. Body around. Like, genuinely, why? Why is Ito Global Chat so stupid? That's like, you know, kind of crazy. Crazy. Is that a niche Ito reference? Okay, nice. I did that. Kind of getting a bit more consistent with that line jump. I mean, it's like basically netted. If you're like positioning, if you're positioning right. I guess this is just, you know, pretty simple. Whoa, what the hell? I mean, I selfed myself, but how is that possible? I never seen something happen to someone like that. I never seen something like that. What did I literally do there, bro? What did I literally do there? That's genuinely one of the worst fails that I ever had. You know, I'm actually kind of bored. Sorry for the short stream, but I'm actually not that, you know, motivated right now. So, you know, I'm gonna eat something too since I'm a bit hungry. So yeah, bye, I guess.